Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement. A movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the TP family?
Hi,
and how do you
TP
become part of
family.
it?
Hi, hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to see you guys here once again. It's always so nice when you guys always shows up every Saturday. Like we've been going at this for 22 episodes now, and every single time you guys shows up, and I just want to really thank you guys for always coming. And yeah, I just want to honor you guys for joining us today. And before we move any further, if you do not mind, please do let me know that you would like the country that you are tuning in from. If you are tuning in from Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, UK, US, please let me know in the comment section below the live chat. Just let me know where you are tuning in from. And thank you once again for showing up at this time at 6 p.m. UK time to join us for the TP Masterclass live section. And also, if you are watching the replay of this episode, put replay in the comment section below so that I will know that you tuned in even after we were done. Because sometimes I do read the replay comments and I do leave like a very nice comment back saying thank you for replaying the episode to, learn on your own, even though you were not able to join us during the live session. So if you're also a first timer, if this is your first time joining the TP Masterclass, I want to say a big welcome to you to join, for taking the time to make sure that you show up here on time and to join us to with this TP Masterclass. And yeah, so if you are a first time, I just put first time in the comment section below, and then I'll give you a shout out when I come back on the screen again. And one more thing is, do make sure that you check out our playlist that we have here on the channel. It's called TP. It's called TP. The TP Masterclass playlist right here on the YouTube. And I want you to start from the video titled "What is Really Trading Psychology?" From there, you'll be able to really understand what it truly means, what trading psychology really is about. And then once you are done watching that episode, you can go ahead to watch every episode that we have on the list, and then your understanding, your knowledge about the trading and what trading psychology is really about will start to come together for your own good. So make sure that you really start from that video, what really is trading psychology. And yeah, so another thing that we also do on a daily basis is we always post TP declaration on our community tab called the TP declaration, where the team, we release new affirmation for you to speak into your life from Monday to Friday. That's what we do. We always release new TP affirmation declaration for you to speak it over your life, over your mindset, over everything that you are going through, and then it will start to shift your perception, everything that could be going wrong that day. This TP declaration will really help you. So make sure that when you see it, do not scroll past it. Pause, read it out loud, repeat it 7 times in the mirror and let it really enter your system, because before you enter the market you need to enter with the right mindset, and this declaration will help you align with your trading journey. And so when you go on the TP declaration, make sure that you actually practice what it says to do. And another thing is, I want us to take a moment to pause and breathe and really take into this moment that we are in, for you to remove every distraction that may be in your environment, to grab your notebook or your journal, your pen or your pencil, whatever that you write with. If you write with a highlighter, make sure that you grab it, and your pen, your notebook, your iPad, your tablet, whatever that you use to take notes, make sure that you are grabbing that too right now, because I don't want you to just watch us. I want you to participate and jot down notes, write down notes, things to take away with you as we go through the process of this today's TP masterclass. And another quick announcement is, this is a very serious reminder. We want this space to be about healing, clarity, and truth. So if anyone in the comment section starts to misbehave by leaving spamming or distracting words or anything that would distract the community, we will quietly remove you from the TP Masterclass live session, and you wouldn't be able to participate with everyone else on the channel. So make sure that you are being respectful of other people's spaces, because some people are really here to transform their minds, and I wouldn't want them to have any hindrance to their understanding. So make sure that you are respecting each other, and make sure that you are respecting each other. And without any further talking, I will let the next segment come on now, and then I'll be right back once again. Thank you.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind.
Okay, guys, can you hear me? Just drop in the chat if you guys can hear me. Drop in the chat if you guys can hear me. Let us know. Just let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me okay, and then we will progress. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, welcome once again to another TP Masterclass. Once again, I'd just like to thank the handover from Shells, who does an incredible job each and every single week. So once again, thank you, Shells. And yet again, another week. I'm really excited for this particular segment. I'm always excited for this segment, for the ability to not just share, but the ability to just grow and to also share life experience as well. As the saying goes, or I probably say as my saying goes, I like the idea and the fact that we are not just providing you with information and knowledge, but what we are actually doing is we're locking arms and we're holding hands and we're actually sharing this journey together, taking a walk through the book, not necessarily by just reading, because we expect you guys to be reading also as well, right? But most importantly, to really go through these experiences, to see another perspective, to see like a personal perspective, especially maybe the way I see it through my lens. All right. So first thing first, I'd like to say thank you once again. My name is Willis Aromi. I'm a father of one. I'm a husband. I'm very much like a family man, family orientated person. I am somebody who loves the idea of growth, mindset. I've been trading now for just over 4.5 years. And, you know, it's actually been a pleasure. It's been amazing, especially the mental transformational part of this particular journey. All right. Now, there's also, I always love to share something right before I get into my segment. And I really do hope you take some value from it. Right. But there is something that I've learned this week regarding trading specifically. And that maybe summarized in one phrase would be, don't deviate from the plan. You might see it as don't change the plan. Specifically, something said to me, don't deviate from the plan. Why? Because oftentimes we go through our trading segments, whether that be, I say trading segments, our trading sessions, our particular strategy. And sometimes you go through a season of losses or inconsistencies, or sometimes it might be that you're not getting the wins that you probably expected or projected, right? Excuse me. And sometimes I have to remind myself that going through this process, there not only are there going to be losses, that's almost basically guaranteed every single time you're trading, but also you're going to go through a season whereby you're not necessarily just focused on the result and the outcome of money. All right. Your goal, although we are all in this game to make money, it has to be a little bit bigger than that. And then eventually you'll see the results will begin to mirror the individual that you are. Okay. So that's just like a short testimonial, short message from myself to you. And also like to say welcome to each and every single person who is brand new and those who are always tuning in week in and week out. All right. So without further ado, I'm just going to go into my segment and we will basically take things from there. Okay. So as you already know, we are going through the book of the month, which is the psychology, not the psychology, apologies. That was the previous book, right? The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Okay. The first thing I want to share with you is this. Okay. We're going to be talking about wealth files because if you've been following us for the last couple of weeks, for the last 4 weeks, I would say, we've gone through the first segment of the book, which more or less talks about the money blueprint. What, in fact, the money blueprint is, it's about our preconceived beliefs and ideas of money, particularly our behaviors, our lifestyle, our identity, everything we know to do and to think about money is all things that have developed from our childhood, our past experiences, traumas, lifestyles, all that kind of thing. And that's what we kind of dive deep into. And oftentimes what we don't realize is the way we think, it stems from something. Always remember that. You didn't just become the person that you are today, right? Put money and trading aside. The way that we think, it always comes from something. It's now your job, whether you're in a great state or not in a so great state, in a negative state or a positive state, it's your job, it is your responsibility, right, to go after or understand where did these things or these thoughts, this way of thinking, where did it come from? Okay, so let's dive right deep into it. But before we do that, I just want to share a few things with you with regards to where we're going into this. The first thing I wanted to define is, in fact, before I even go any further than this, the first thing I wanted to talk about is writing things down. This will tie in very, very much with what I'm about to share with you today. Okay. Why is it important to write things down? For a number of reasons. Number one, when you write things down, you don't have to try to become a genius. Why I say genius is because I'm speaking from experience. I used to think that the smartest people in a room were people that just had rehearsed things and just kept like some sort of encyclopedia in their mind. And all of a sudden, they're just so perfect at retaining information. But though that might sometimes be the case for certain people, there is a season and a process of repetition, writing things down, going back to past things that they've written down, reading it over, speaking it. There's so many things with regards to writing that can be incredibly powerful, especially when it comes to the human mind, retaining information, seeing things, and it becoming the norm and the reality. I hope you guys are following me so far, right? And somebody like me, even probably I'd say from the school days when I was in school, yes, of course, we have to write things down. It's kind of like when you do exams, you have to write down. It's kind of goes without saying, right? However, when it comes to when you get a little bit of independence, you're going to high school, you're going to college, just before university. Now it's all down to you. Whether you decide to write or you don't, you will see the fruits of it sooner or later, good or bad. All right. So I was under the impression that, again, when it comes to money and mastering money, you have to be a genius. You have to be able to think fast or think on the spot. Though sometimes you believe that those things are true, it's actually probably more important to write these things down and go over it. Sometimes it might mean that when somebody's presenting a piece of information to you, you have the script, you have a sheet of paper, you're reading it until the sheet of paper goes a little bit lower. Then you continue to read, and then now you look at the person, you read, look at the person, and then the script goes a little bit lower until eventually it gets down from your mind into your heart and it becomes free flow. Okay. This is very, very important whilst I share this with you, because we're going to be talking about wealth files today. Before we talk about wealth files today, what in fact is a file? Okay, general definition for you here. A file, generally defined, okay, is a little bit like a container. I know this definition kind of focuses on the digital file because we're talking about computer systems here, but a file is like a container. It's stored inside a computer, but it's used to store important data or important information, okay, that can hold anything such as text, audios, videos, programs, and all that kind of thing, okay? And files are fundamental to how computers store, most important word, if you probably see this, you want to underline the word organize, okay? I'll say that last bit again. Files are fundamental to how computers store and organize information. Let me take a pause. I'll say that one more time really quickly. A file is a container in a computer system used to store data or information. It can hold anything from text, images, audio, video, to programs and systems of data. Okay, the files are fundamental to how computers store and organize information. Very, very important before we go into the next part. Okay, well, what type of files do we actually have? We have different types of files, don't we? Okay, so we have compressed files, we have video files, we have audio files, we have files that are images such as JPEG or PNG, and then we have executable files. Okay, for those of you who are still confused, that's okay. I'm going to take you through this as you know, slowly or as precise as possible. All right, so why are these files very important, and what does this have to do when it comes to the mind? Well, let's talk about probably what I think is the most important one. All of these components that I've shared with you, the compressed, the video, the audio, the image, the executable ones, they're all, I would say, as important as each other. However, the compressed file, I liken that onto when you have a lot of different applications, you have a lot of different images, things that have a lot of data, a lot of megabytes, a lot of gigabytes. What do you often tend to use compressed files to do? You compress it just so that you can potentially free up some space, so it doesn't clog up as much space, so you basically still have the freedom to maneuver your way around, to do some certain things, maybe save a few images. You might not necessarily have all the space in the world, but you've compressed something that was in a particular folder and you potentially made it a little bit smaller. What does that have to do with the mind? Oftentimes we have had personal experiences, maybe unfortunately life traumas, that have caused us to be the way we are, think the way we think. Okay, and instead of cleansing that file, what do we tend to do? We suppress it, we push it under the rug. We never address sometimes what these issues could be that sometimes is causing certain life instances that are not positive to happen in your life. So rather than cleansing the files, maybe deleting a few images and things inside that particular file, what we end up doing is we put it under the carpet, right? Just like what a compressed file is. Well, what about video files then? Video files are images or things that play in your mind. Again, it could be positive or negative. These are things that can potentially play in your mind over time that may have, you know, you get to a particular station, you get to a particular place in life. Let's just say I know I'm kind of talking about negative experiences here, but maybe let me try and make it positive. But let's just say you had such a great experience. You went to a fun fair, you went to a ride, and it was a great experience. And every single time you go to a ride, let's just say this, you go to Dubai, you have a wonderful experience, you go skydiving, then every single time you see skydiving on television, the video in your mind plays to you what a wonderful experience that you had back when you had that exact same experience. I don't know if you guys are following. In the same regard that when you click a video, it opens up the video and you can see the play mode from start to finish, whether it's 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 hour, doesn't really matter. Then what about audio files? Audio files, music, voice messages, sermons, motivational speeches, it could be anything. Sometimes words of affirmation that somebody said to you, sometimes a word of encouragement somebody said to you. This can also be very negative. Why? Because this can also play or have a replay of certain things that are negative that somebody's always said to you in the past, right? Let's talk about the image files. Image and video kind of visit or live in a similar realm in a sense that they're visual, okay? So whereas a video is something that plays from start to finish, an image, when you see it, you begin to describe what you see. This person wears a black hat, has a green shirt, okay, wears a particular tie, has this particular type of jacket. This woman has a blouse, has a skirt, a dress, right? There's a particular description that you can give to that image. In the exact same regard that if you double click an image on a computer, it will come up with the image. And of course, the image is illustrated in whatever dimension or whatever that image particularly is. Last but not least, we have executable files. I like this one. Executable files on your computer can be things that can download programs. Once you double click it, it says, are you ready to go with your permission? Sometimes it might warn you and say, downloading this particular file may cause harm to your device, right? But what does this have to do with the mind? Executable files can be things that when you visit a particular place in life, it reminds you this is what you need to do. Let's use football, for example. I'm going to be very biased here. I love football, okay? But I don't want to go too far. I was going to say Champions League final, but look, football, at the end of the day, the reality is when it comes to football and you're in the 6-yard box, your goal is to score the goal. You're close to the keeper. Your intention is, I'm going to score a goal. Now, let's just say you're very good at football and 9 times out of 10, you are going to score in the goal. Okay, there's 1% chance you might not necessarily score. But the fact of the matter is, you know what to do when you get to a certain place in life, okay? Why am I sharing all of this with you? Because it's important to understand that these are files that you can draw from every single time. Now, here's the interesting part about everything, because I said to begin with that the compressed file is really, really vital, because with a compressed file, you can actually save every single one of these files within the compressed file. You can save videos, audios, images, executable files. I'm sure there's other types of files as well. Or you can actually save all of these type of files and compress it in one particular folder. Here's the problem. Sometimes, similar to the money mindset or the money blueprint, sometimes what we fail to realize is that there are often files in our minds that we've actually failed to address. Or in the light of this particular book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, our way of thinking has got us so far, where to the point where trading, money, relationships, there's a blockage. And we fail to address that there are certain preconceived ideas, notions, things that are inside of us, whether we choose to address it or not. These are things that you're going to naturally just draw from, okay? It doesn't matter what you say you are going to do. Believe me, this is why they say that motivation will only last a season, but discipline is what's going to carry you over the border. However, it's described, but that's just an example of how that particular term and phrase goes. Motivation will only keep you, will only get you up in the morning, but discipline is what's actually going to keep you. Okay. So sometimes we fail to address that the files that are in our filing cabinet, that's what's going to come up automatically when it comes to different challenges and different things in life. Trading, for instance. Why is it that we always say, all it takes is this particular strategy. All it takes is this particular TP. I just need one simple ICT strategy to hit a fair value gap, to hit this particular entry, to make a TP, all right? If it was that simple, believe me, there will be no need for this TP masterclass, right? Because I'm sure initially people thought, okay, it's trading, but of course you're getting way more than just trading knowledge. You're getting a change of mindset and much more than that as well, okay? So what in fact is a wealth file? I've explained to you what a wealth a file is. So why does that even relate to a wealth file? Well, a wealth file, the internal blueprint or the mental programming that you have around money, wealth, and success. Okay, so while a blueprint or a money blueprint addresses the root cause or the beliefs, the subconscious beliefs about money, the wealth file addresses and focuses on people's thought patterns and attitudes. So when you go to your trading screen every single day, every morning, every particular session, the question is, are you ready? Now, I'm not talking about are you ready to press buy and sell, or are you ready to execute the strategy by ticking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes? Okay, it's done this. I'm ready. I feel refreshed. I've gone to the gym. Not necessarily. I'm talking about, are you ready? Are you mentally ready? Are you prepared to go into the session and not just have just an expectation of my goal is to make £100 per day. I think that's very limited. Why? Because you don't even know if you're going to be able to make money anyway, let alone £100 for that particular day. I hope you guys are following this morning, afternoon, or this evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. But my point is, are you mentally prepared for trading? Are you mentally prepared for money? Are you mentally prepared for success in whatever area of your life, according to the files that currently exist in your filing cabinet, just like a real filing cabinet? Here's the interesting part. When it comes to a filing cabinet or a file, you can actually go into that particular file, whether it's physical, even on a computer. If it's digital, you can actually go into that file and do what? You can remove certain things, cleanse it, delete it, and then you can also add certain things according to what your need is. Okay? You can do what you like. Now, when it comes to the wealth files, you could actually remove certain things, certain beliefs around money, certain beliefs around success, or what it takes to become successful, and actually begin to deposit things such as positive declarations and affirmations, things that you might not necessarily believe now, but over time, immediately you're faced with a situation, you don't even need more than 5 seconds to figure out what you're going to do in that particular situation based on what's currently in you. I hope you guys are following me so far. So there are a lot of different wealth files of the Millionaire Mind. In fact, I believe there's just over 15, I think about 17 thereabout. Probably not going to go through all of them. Well, certainly not today. And we'll definitely see how we're going to go through them. But today I want to speak about the first wealth file that is explained in the book. Okay. That rich people believe that I create my life, and poor people believe that life just happens to me. One more time. That rich people believe that I create my life, but poor people, they believe that life just happens to them. Okay. So let's talk about it. When we say rich people, what are we talking about? It's nothing necessarily, or in fact, it's not only to do with money. It's to do with having a wealthy mindset or a mentality that carries you into your tomorrow. Okay. When we say poor people, I'm not saying that you guys are all poor, okay, or broke, rather, if that's the idea that you have of what poor means. Poor, if you break down the word, this is an idea that you probably might want to think about. Poor simply could be perceived as passing over opportunities repeatedly. We're not talking about passing over opportunities of money or potential money schemes or potential money opportunities or and things like that. But you're passing over opportunities such as building quality relationships. You're passing over opportunities such as building wealth, such as filling your mind with the right content, reading. I've said this before. I share this with you sometimes every week, for those of you who tune in every single week. When I was reading my first book, The Compound Effect, my idea was that I wanted to become sort of like a human encyclopedia, right? And of course, I realized very quick that number one, it took me over a year to finish the book. But number two, what I actually filled myself up, I felt like because I took so many gaps, I wasn't consistent enough to be able to gain the necessary value that was needed at the time. Okay. I was so excited because I completed the book. I was like, yes, finally I've completed my book. Okay. Now the next book. And then you realize that there's something missing. I haven't realized something in my inconsistencies that is causing me to remain at that particular same level. Okay. But passing over opportunities repeatedly, that's a concept I want you to remember. But they believe that life happens to them. In other words, you see the way that I'm pointing the finger at myself? Most people don't do that. In fact, they blame and they justify and they point the finger at other people, at other things, except for themselves. And this is where I like to describe the next page, because we talk about, well, I say we talk about, but this is something that I just came to me. I just thought about it and I said, okay, what can I actually name this? I can name this the harmful triangle of avoidance and denial, or the harmful triangle of denial and avoidance. Why do I say this? Now, don't mind the image on the far right of the Spider-Man, but that's just, of course, if you're a Marvel fan, then that's good for you. That's great. I am myself. But the idea, as you can see, is that they're blaming each other. They're blaming each other. But what are they blaming? They're blaming themselves. In fact, what they should be doing is pointing the finger at themselves, but they're pointing the finger at somebody else or something else, or not knowing that they themselves are the issue. I don't want to mix you guys. I really want to take this home for each and every single person. Right? Rather, except for pointing the finger at themselves and saying, I'm the issue, I need to take full responsibility and accountability for my actions. Instead of doing that, they say, no, the reason why is because the market did a massive wick. The market took out liquidity. Sometimes it could be that, well, it wasn't my fault. What it actually was it just wasn't the right market conditions. Not knowing that probably it wasn't a day for you to trade because there's so much news and activity. For those of you who like, NFP and CPI and things like that, right? So they end up blaming other things except for themselves. They end up blaming the fact that they are late because of traffic, except for saying maybe you just did not leave on time, and not knowing that that's a habit that constantly happens each and every single day. Maybe because their priorities are out of place. But then what about justification? Blaming, justification, and complaining, they all fall within the same realm. But with justification, they have reasons as to why they haven't achieved the success or accomplished something that they were meant to accomplish. Okay, they justify. In fact, do you know what's so interesting? Sometimes these justifications, they sound so good. They're actually very valid. But the issue is, when it comes to the concept and the idea of transformation, of becoming successful and becoming a millionaire, becoming successful in whatever department, it can be work, it can be in business, it can be even in relationships. It's important to tell yourself, do you know what? What is something that I could have done to avoid this from happening? Yes, this is potentially out of my control, but what is something that could be in my control that could prevent this particular instance from taking place? What about when you go to work and somebody speaks negatively over you? They swear at you, they say you're inconsistent. In fact, they go into the office blaming you for something that you didn't do, right? And already you feel a little bit frightened, okay? And then now you're going to carry that throughout the rest of your day. You're carrying that burden of somebody else's negativity and disappointment throughout the rest of your day, and then it affects your work in such a poor way. And then you begin to complain. Why do you complain? You're complaining that, oh, I don't like my boss, I don't like my colleague. instead of saying, first of all, that's incorrect and that's inconsistent with the type of person that I am, maybe addressing it in a proper manner and pulling the person to a side or having a conversation. But even more, when it comes to non-confrontation things and speaking to yourself, you say, okay, you know what? Maybe that person is just having a bad day. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe over time they will see that I'm actually not that type of person that they perceive me to be. Maybe they've had such a really tough day. They might have lost a loved one. They might have lost a sum of money. They might have just not had a good day, and they're throwing that burden onto you. Instead of complaining, say to yourself, I am the head and not the tail. Say to yourself that I'm always happy regardless of somebody else's disappointment. I'm not carrying this burden onto my life. So where I'm going with this is, in order for you to remind yourself that to become successful, a lot of reasons for why we are not where we are currently, they're very, very, very valid. They're very valid. In fact, super valid. However, what rich people do not do is they do not complain. They do not justify, they do not blame other circumstances and instances for their inconsistencies or their lack of success. They look at themselves, they don't necessarily blame themselves, but they say, okay, what is something that I can do moving forward to change the outcome of this thing? Now, I may never, ever come across this particular situation again, but what is something that I can do to change the outcome of this thing? I want to mind that the reason why we are even doing this segment to begin with is because this discussion is used to empower you to think in a new particular type of way, to become creatures of habits, to be consistent, not just in reading, but in other areas of your life that can affect the results that you're going to receive. Plan to do, believe me, it doesn't matter. Whatever the case is, if somebody else was to look at it, they can they go through the season of time and they can see that you're consistent. They will look at it and it's what patterns that's already wired within you that guides your actions. Speaking about files all day exists. So if the things that exist in your mind, in your heart, are negative, then I'm sorry, I hate to say it, you're gonna have to get rid of some things. Sometimes we compress a lot of things and we don't actually address them. So is unzip that file. Start. Is it gonna happen overnight? Not necessarily. It might take some time. Here's what in my trading journey. I believe it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, thereabout, in my trading journey. I took 6 months. Yes, there were I had the money to deposit into my account, but I chose not to. I said, become consistent about that. Doesn't mean I stayed away from the market. I still watched the market a little bit, but 90% of everything that I did was focused on the mind, was really focused on my mentality, the mindset that is needed to become, rather than understanding I want to make money from trading. And last but not least, to achieve a fresh perspective and let go of these preconceived notions. Unlearning, unlearn the things that you know exist in files in your mind. That might mean to remove certain things, certain ideas. To that person, whether physically, digitally, the industry is just the way it is. It can be really toxic. People, flashiest cars, and just selling all types of courses. Look, the reality is there's great people. Try to figure out what people do to become successful. Ask more questions of learning to become a better version of your segment, guys. I really hope you did take some value from everything that we've shared today. Okay, make sure that you guys are tuned in to the next week where we'll be, okay. And I really do hope you gained a lot of value from this, guys. Once again, my name is Willis Arome, and I will see you guys next week for
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game.
What is the TP family and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the TP?
Hi, TP family. I'm back once again, Tenzin Shells, and I just want to come out here and give like a very quick shout out. But before I do that, I just want to thank Willis for the amazing session that he just gave us. Super great, and I really hope everyone that is on the live stream right now took notes with them to go and practice everything that he said. But I saw a few comments here from Karen. Karen, she said that she's very, very glad and grateful for finding the TP Masterclass, as this is exactly what she was missing in her trading journey. And I just want to thank Karen for tuning in and continuously continue to tune in into the live stream. And I also have few people that said they were first timers. We have people tuning in from India, Ghana, South Sudan, Kenya, Dubai. Welcome, guys. South Africa, welcome. And if this is your first time here, make sure I just want to say big welcome to you. But I don't want to be up here for a very long time because we have Mr. Kema's session coming up. But I just want to give a very quick reminder that if anyone in the comment section is trolling or spamming or disrespecting others, distracting others, you will be removed from the live session because we want to protect our peace in this space. So, yes, it's not anything personal when we remove you. It's just we need to protect the people that are truly here to transform their minds and also transform their lives. So, yes, please be mindful of everyone that is on this live session and be respectful of yourself and not to leave any comment that will be out of the ordinary. Thank you guys and have a wonderful session that is coming up. Thank you. Bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a
What is the TP family and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So, what's the TP family? It's not a company, it's not an organization, it's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
Hello, wonderful people out there. Hello, everyone. It's a wonderful Saturday again. And if you can hear me, just give me a 1 in the comment section. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me a 1 in the comment section. Let me just know that you can hear me. Let me just see that you can hear me in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much, Nelson. All right. Wonderful Saturday. It's the first week in June, and primarily I am taking this in a different light, right? From January all the way to June, that is the first half of the year. Usually when we come into June, for a very long time, there was something that I was doing, which I realized was not really going well, right? Let me tell you an interesting, fact. One of the things that I realized when I got close to Clifford Cheqona, right, was that he does affirmations a lot, and for a major point in time in my life, I didn't really, affirmations were really a thing that I accepted, but not really a thing that I practice. You know that you can accept something, but not necessarily constantly practice it. I hope you understand. And so for a long time, there are days when I do affirmations. There are days when I go into my Bible, like the Bible talks about meditating on the word and then memorizing at some point in time and then all. And I never really sat down to tell myself that, okay, so sometimes these affirmations actually do matter. for a very long time, whenever we hit the month of June, what happens is things begin to go wrong. Or listen to this very carefully, somebody. Whenever we come into June, because I might have had a bad incident in 1 month, like in the month of June, sometime back in my life, and it had probably happened twice in a row, it was almost like I was always looking forward for June to go bad. And because I was looking forward for June to go bad, June actually goes bad. So some of the major trading, like bad trading decisions that I've had in my trading journey over the past 8 years that I've been in the space, right? Some of those bad incidents actually happened in the month of June. And I kept telling myself every time, oh, June is really bad, for me. I don't know. And I was actually telling other people, no, June is not a month that, like really, really serves me well. But interestingly, I was born in the month of June. And so it should actually be a good month for me. So last year, I started doing something very interesting. I started telling myself that June is not a bad month. It's just the kind of decisions that I make in June and the kind of things that I've been telling myself for so long about June that actually, makes June a bad month. So it's like I'm looking forward to a bad month and it actually happens. Just like how I go into every single week expecting that I'll have a very good trading week, I'll have a very good business week, I'll have a very good and friendly week. And then I'm able to have a good and friendly week. I'm able to have, like good trading weeks, week on week, right? The same way, because I'm expectant of a bad June month, almost every month, of June was quite bad. So from last year, when I made a decision that, no, this time around, I'm going to start doing these affirmations and telling myself that, no, June is not a bad month. It's actually a bad experience that I had in the past. And the past is in the past. What I need to do is to look forward to what is coming next and then be able to align myself with the opportunities that are available to me. When I started doing that, last year, June was really great. And then when we started this month, already 7 days into the month, it has been really, really great for me. And so I've stopped telling myself that June is a bad month. June is one of the months that is actually glorious for me. It's my birth month. The final week of June, I'm actually celebrating my birth week, right? So basically, that is it. That is just, like a tip of the iceberg for somebody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us over and over. If you are new in here, you are welcome. If you have been on the recurring, sessions, you are also welcome once again to the session. You know that we have been doing a beginner series, and today we are just basically going to be continuing that particular beginner series. So Bans, if you are ready, you can bring up the slide onto the screen. So guys, this is the beginner series continuation, right? So now let's get in on that. So, in the past, we have basically talked about what Forex is about. In fact, I started with, what the financial market is all about. What are some of the financial markets that we have? I made examples of, like the stock market, the equities, the bond, the options, the Forex market. And I stated that it is what is traded or transacted on the markets that makes it different from each other. And then I even posed the question that someone might say, oh, we trade gold on the stocks market, or we trade, Forex on the Forex market. How come we trade gold here and trade, gold on the Forex market? But Kema, you are saying that it is what is traded or transacted on the market that makes it different. And I even went on to explain that it is the component of that particular commodity that you are mentioning that is traded or transacted that makes it be a part of a particular area. So we can talk about gold as a commodity, but on the Forex market, what we are basically trading is what we're basically focusing on is what we call CFD, the contract for the difference. And what is the difference all about? We are basically trading price and basically trading currencies on the Forex market. I told you that the Forex market is where I specialize a lot. I've been in this space for the past 8 years and I've been focusing on Forex. I've delved inside out. Subsequently, we will be delving into areas like the stock market, the bonds market. But first of all, let us, outline everything that we need to understand in the Forex market. And that is what we have been doing in the past weeks, probably about 2 weeks. This is the 3rd week that we have actually been on this series. And today we are here and we are going to start from Forex trading sessions that we have as continuation from where we started last week. So we have different sessions, trading sessions. You remember I talked about how the forex market trades 24 hours a day and 5 days in a week, right? Now, 24 hours in a day, I want you to think about this carefully, right? It's about transaction and it's about exchanging of currencies. And the whole world spends money, right? The whole world, every currency, every, like states, every economy has a currency that they actually, tie to their particular country. I hope you understand. And so based on that, once you are here, and then you also know that we all don't have a particular timeline where, basically if it is night, everybody is supposed to, be asleep. No, there are times when we are in a daytime and in a different jurisdiction, they are already asleep. And then there is a time when you wake up and in a different jurisdiction, you realize that they are now about to sleep. We are ahead of others, in time zone. For instance, the US, some part of the US, me in this particular country or from my jurisdiction, I'm about 8 hours apart from some of my friends in the United States of America. And so sometimes when it is, like all the way as at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. here, they are still having daylight. And, like they want to chat, they want to have conversation, but I am feeling so sleepy and I have to go to bed. And we have to understand that. Now, coming into the Forex space, right, we have these three main sessions. We have the Asian session, the London session, and then we have the New York session. These are the three main Forex trading sessions that we have that comes across the globe, right? Now, the Asian session is made up of several sectors. Then we have the London and we have the New York. Asian session, I could talk about areas like the Sydney, the Tokyo, the Frankfurt areas, which basically in my timeline, I want to use GMT. So my timeline falls exactly on the GMT, 00, right? So I'll use my timeline. So my timeline from around that 20 GMT, 20 and then 21 GMT, right? Based on daylight savings, right? You would basically have entered into the Asian session, which is basically the Sydney, session. Then getting towards that 23 or 24 GMT, we have entered the Tokyo session. Then getting, like closer to the early hours of the day, we have entered to the Frankfurt session. So you realize that these three main sessions come together to form the Asian session. Then we have the London session coming in around that 6, 7, based on daylight savings, and then going all the way to about 15 GMT based on daylight savings. We could even enter about 16 GMT, which is about 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., right? Then we have the New York session coming in at between 12 and 1 p.m. Or 12 and 1 GMT, going all the way, so 12 and 13 GMT, going all the way to that 20 GMT. And based on daylight savings, we could even sometimes get into 21 GMT. So you realize that is why we say that the forex market runs 24 hours a day, because a sector comes in, it closes, but a different sector runs after this sector closes. And sometimes we have two sectors simultaneously running alongside each other. And an example of such an instance is the London and New York overlap. So the London and New York overlap simply is this, where we have the London session still trading period, still active, and we have the New York, session or New York period also come to join in on the market. So basically, you realize that we have this overlap within that particular space, and it's an overlap of about 3 to 4, 5 hours where people actually, have a high tendency of seeing some very good movement on the market. Now, it is true that the forex market is open 24 hours a day, but that doesn't mean that it's always active, right, the entire day. There are times when market can be very, very slow. Profit making in the forex market relies on price movements. You and I as traders want price to be able to move because we want to see price go up or downward so that we can be able to make profit from the speculation that we make and the trade that we follow with our speculation on the market, right? So it will be very difficult if price is stagnant. You will not make money as a trader. You will be very, very frustrated. And trust me, there are some times that markets could be very, very stagnant. Subsequently, we'll bring into such areas, or we will come into the light of such areas where market could be very stagnant and certain kind of pairs that could actually flourish or like be very, very active during a time when other currency pairs are actually dormant. I understand. Now, this is my advice that I'm going to give on the London-New York overlap. This area is very, very volatile, very, very historical market area, right? zone, between that hours of 12 all the way down to about 4, 5 p.m. Okay, let's just use 4 p.m., right? So 12 to 4 p.m., right? That overlap, it means that we have Londoners in there and then we have New Yorkers join the market. It means that there's a lot of purchasing power in the market during that time. Transactions have heightened, a lot of traders are in the market, and not just about a lot of traders, but a lot of transactions are ongoing within that particular period. It makes the market very volatile. So you need to exercise a lot of decorum in coming into that area to trade that particular region. Probably I'll say study that particular region for a long while before you actually let yourself in and then trade that area. Also, it is an area that could relatively give you a lot of profits in a very short period of time, right? So, like it just goes in and out. So know yourself, know what you are about on the market before you actually delve into an area like that, and then basically trade that particular region. Next, I have the Sunday market opening. A lot of people see, let me tell you the truth. Anything that gives money is addictive, right? You and I know that. Anything that gives money is addictive. And one of the things that you must understand is that so far as we are in this trading space and we know that the trading market gives money, right? We will be at the edge, always be at the edge. And that's why it is essential that you master yourself as an individual and have that emotional control, because the emotions are going to boil up. Definitely is going to come in. Whereby Sunday, when market just opens, a lot of people are at the edge of their decks and they're already clicking buys and sells, right? I don't do that. Why? Because I came into the realization that because market is, like giving money or has the tendency of giving us money and a lot of money by that, right? We always are waiting for it to open as fast as possible. So sometimes when we are getting into the weekend, a lot of people don't like, getting into the weekend. How do you understand me? They want it to constantly run so that they can make a lot of money, right? Or lose a lot of money. And so some people actually trade the forex market, and on the weekend they go trade volatility because they want to be active on the market. It's very addictive. And so you as a trader need to be able to detach yourself at a point where you understand that, hey, this is what I am doing. I am in control. The market doesn't control me. You open on a Sunday. It is time for me to actually take note of the price action that is going on the market, and at least coming into a new week of Monday, then we actually will come into the market. Someone will ask, why is it that the market opens from like our time, market opens Sunday almost midnight, right? It is because of the jurisdiction that opens, right? There is an Asian session somewhere that is already in Monday during that Sunday night. That Sunday night that we are getting to midnight, there is a jurisdiction that is already in Monday. They have already entered Monday, so market has already opened. Transaction is already ongoing. I hope you understand what I mean. So we need to be able to understand that. And then on bank holidays, my advice about bank holidays, two things may happen. One, market could be really, really dormant, whereby market does not necessarily move. For instance, if you have the US bank holiday, you could go onto pairs that have the USD as a part of it, and then you realize that market is moving very, very slow, right? Or hardly even moving. But there are days when you could also find it being very hysterical, being very volatile. So these two things can happen. So I, as an individual, make a decision. I, Kema, make a decision that on bank holidays, where it has to do with the pair that I am trading or a currency within the pair that I'm trading, I am not going to be on the market trading. Also, bank holiday, I'm out of the market. That is me as an individual. I hope you understand. So basically my advice. Now let's move on. Now, when do you sell and then when do you buy on the market? We buy or sell on the market based on two main decision makers. This is where decision making on the market actually comes in play, right? So when we talk about decision making in the market, basically it means that you are looking to buy or sell on the market, but there should be something that is backing that particular claim or that particular speculation of a buy or a sell on the market. Definitely, you're not just going to open a chart and then say, I'm selling here or I'm buying here. There is something that you are seeing on the market that allows you or gives you that particular edge to be able to exercise that particular trade on the market at that particular moment or at a certain area in the market. And that is when this particular region comes in. So we have these two main areas. in current days, a lot of people are bringing up new things in the market, and so we end up adding a lot of things, right? But I still go by the old ways, and the old ways, we have two main areas. We have technical analysis and fundamental analysis. That's it. Before we even came to know the market and then, like realize what the market is about, these two areas were started. These two areas were what was actually there, right? Technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So let me talk about fundamental analysis. What do we say when an individual is doing fundamental? What does it mean when an individual is doing fundamental analysis, right? Now, this is it. Each currency belongs to a country, a region, or a state. You have to understand that. Every currency in the world, it belongs to a particular country or a state, right? Now, fundamental analysis would focus on the overall state of the economies in question. So, for instance, I'm trading the pound against the USD, or like relative. It goes beyond that, but like let's as beginners, let's start from this particular area, right? So we are looking at the overall state of the economies in question, which we are talking about the pound, we are talking about the dollar, then it means we are talking about the United States, and we are talking about the Great British Pound, right? So now, with respect to their productivity rate, their employment rate, their manufacturing rate, their international trade, their interest rate, everything, every data comes along with it. Then now we even add on geopolitical happenstances like trade wars, and then all, right? All of these affect the market. Conflict, even rumors of wars and rumors of conflict can actually affect the market. And then recently, we even have the tweets and comments of high-profile individuals in the world could actually also move the market. So basically, you doing a fundamental analysis is sitting back and using geopolitical happenstances, the overall state of economies with respect to all of these areas that I've actually mentioned, taking the data, one of them, or confluencing more than one of them to actually make a speculation on the market. That is basically it. So if you're doing fundamental analysis, what it means is you are listening into the grapevine, you are listening to the news data, you are listening to all of the things that actually come, the data that is being released of all of these areas. And it is quite simple. Fundamental analysis, all you need to do is to visit. You don't have to even stress. You have to just visit websites that are available that are already giving those data. For instance, or for example, we have forexfactory.com. And sometimes some people don't even know that when you go to the forexfactory.com, there is a segment of Forex Factory that deals with specific financial areas. So, for instance, we have the metal mines, right? Metalmines.com, which is a subsidiary of forexfactory.com, which deals with metals. We are talking about gold, platinum, silver, these areas, right? Then we have crypto. Actually, as a part of it, we also have another area that deals with the Forex market itself or currencies, and that is the forexfactory.com. So when you go to Forex Factory, you can take a look at the top left corner, and then you can see those like subsidiary websites over there, which you can click, and it will even give you an insight on those areas, right? Subsequently, we'll talk better about fundamental analysis and how it can actually help you as an individual to be able to speculate major market movement and macro perspective movement on certain pairs that you trade on the market. Then we come to another area that we talk about, which is the technical analysis. So technical analysis, basically, we are talking about the study of price movement. So you realize that first area I talked about, we dealing with geopolitical happenstances, news in the grapevine, things that are in the news, right? Speculations, data, and then all. But this one, which is the technical analysis, we are looking at the study of price movement. It means this one we are dealing with a chart. So anything that you do that has to deal with the chart in order for you to be able to speculate market movement has to do with technical analysis. So the study of price movement, which basically means that traders study past trend events with respect to price movement to determine the current trading conditions, or to determine or speculate meaning into current trading conditions and potential movement on the market. It's as simple as that. So what are some of these areas that you can look out for if you are dealing with technical analysis? These are the areas that I've listed down here. I have candlesticks. What it basically means is anybody who trades the market and uses candlesticks, so far as you are looking at candles to trade the market, the candle is what is giving you meaning to be able to say, okay, based on this formation of this candle, or based on this closure of this candle, I am going for a buy or I'm going to go for a sell when market comes here or gets here. Technical analysis. We talk about chart pattern. Chart pattern is basically looking out for framework. There are individuals who basically look out for what? Cluster of candlesticks that are formed at a particular area. When we get to intermediaries, we'll basically talk about these areas one after the other. Chart patterns, basically, we are looking at the framework of the market. Sometimes market can create certain kind of framework like triangles, rectangles, and then all. There are people who have sat down, studied the chart. So you understand, study the price movement, and it can be able, they can be able to tell based on that kind of what knowledge that they have gathered for themselves, that over the period of watching and backtesting the market, we have seen that whenever the market creates this kind of triangular formation, it breaks out toward the upside. So if today they are seeing triangular formation on the market, where do you think they are going to speculate the market going? Towards the upside. And basically that is it. So if an individual is doing that, they are basically doing technical analysis. I understand. And that is a different area altogether, which is the chart patterns. We talk about support and resistance. Support and resistance also have their own meaning. What are support and resistance, or demand and supply in the market? First of all, let me start for resistance. Resistance area, the definition for a resistance area: any point that prevents price from moving further towards the upside on the chart is called a resistance area. Wherever on the chart that price is prevented from moving further towards the upside is called a resistance area. What is a support area? A support area is any point in the market, any price level in the market that prevents price from dropping further towards the downside, at least for a particular point in time. It's called a support area. So the ideology is market was dropping towards the downside. It was supported from further plunging towards the downside at a particular area. So we call that particular area a support area. So when you see the chart and you realize that market moves towards the downside, moves upward, where it turned around, that is the area where it was prevented from moving further towards the downside. That area is what we call a support. And when it's moving towards the upside, where it was prevented from further moving towards the upside, for instance, I trade a gold market. In the month of April, when price was pushing towards the upside, right? Price has been rallying towards the upside. And from the year 2023 all the way till now, I could relatively say that price has increased over 100%. Yes. Because in 2023, when price started moving, it was sitting somewhere around $1,600. Now we have had, as at the month of April, price hit $3,500 per ounce of gold, which is relatively, like almost, even if it's not 100%, that is almost 100% of the value increase on what? On the price of gold. I'll be getting it. But whilst it was moving towards the, like that particular movement towards the upside, I could relatively see those ups, downs, support and resistance, even though it is taking that particular major direction towards the upside. And just in the month of April, we hit $3,500. You can go in and check. And then right after that, we had a rejection, strong rejection towards the downside on that particular price of gold, right? And that area is what we call a resistance. So the idea about resistance and support areas is, it is an area where price was rejected. When price is coming there again, whatever was able to reject off price the first time could be there to reject off price again. That is why people trade the ideology of what? Support and resistance. Whatever was there to stop price the previous time could be there to stop price again. So now when price gets there, we look out for clues for weakness towards the direction, so that we now start looking for another rejection on that resistance area. How we get it? Then we talk about trend and trend line, following trend and direction on the market, following trend lines on the market, basically technical analysis, and also using indicators on the market, technical analysis. So it's not all technical analysis that has to do with drawing lines and then, like identifying. Some technical analysis just demands you being able to see candle movements, candle closures, reading meaning into candle closures and candle movement. Basically, that is it. Technical analysis. I'll be understand. So basically, as time goes on, we will delve into each of these areas and build up the concept. Some people trade with just one of the concepts. Some people confluence them. Means that they use more than one of the concepts, maybe candlestick and then what? Support and resistance. they use that to trade the market. Sometimes someone will use candlestick support and resistance chart patterns. That is the theory that they will confluence. Someone will use market structure. That is their confluence. How they get it. Someone will use only candlestick. That is their what? Their concept on the market. How do you understand? Basically. Now let's move on. So from this area, we are basically going to talk about the 4 types of trading, or the 4 styles of trading. Then we will end our session for today, right? So if you're a beginner, I'm introducing you to the 4 main styles of trading. We have scalping, day trading, swing trading, and position trading. So the difference between this is basically the amount of time that an individual holds a trade for and the kind of trade that they go for, right? How they go about picking the trade and all is what's all inculcated in this area. So let's go fast in this area. I wanted as much as possible for us to be able to run through this area. So I had to type many of the things so that it will be presented on the screen, so that it makes it easier for all of us to go through quickly. So so that it's not just about a slide and me talking, but it is about what you also seeing what exactly I have on the chart. All right, so scalping. This is a rapid trading style. It involves an attempt to make profit from small price changes in the market. So constant price movements, people, like as fast as possible. Within the next 5 minutes, I should be out of my trade. Within the next 2 minutes, I should be out of my trade. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, these are scalpers, right? And scalpers can make a lot of trade, pick a lot of trades in the market within a particular day. Some people go as much as 20 trades, 50 trades within a day. Up, down, up, down, up, down. They just pick them, right? This is best suited to active traders, people who are active, who can make immediate decisions and act on those decisions without hesitation. Impatient people often make the best scalpers. So if you know yourself, so you realize I stated earlier on that trading is all about knowing yourself and knowing who you are and knowing what works best for you. So if you're an impatient person, you would make a very good scalper, right? Being successful scalper requires focus and concentration. So, individuals who are focused, you should be able to focus on that particular chart that you are looking at. For example, I had this lady, very, very brilliant lady, learned how to trade the market. And there was a day when she was scalping the market and basically placed the trade on the market. And guess what? She left that scalp trade and said, let me go and bath and come. By the time she came, her trade had done what it has to do to a man, right? So it is not suitable for people who are easily distracted. If you are easily distracted, please, scalping is not for you, right? Or people who find themselves daydreaming, it's not for you. Now let's go into the next area. We talk about day trading on the market. Day trading is more suitable for individuals who prefer opening and closing a trade within a day. So you can come into the market within a day, in the morning around landing session around, let's say 8 a.m., 9 a.m. You can get a trade, you set your stop loss, you set your take profit, and then you basically leave it. This is suitable for professionals, individuals who are nurses, doctors, teachers, constructors, policemen, and all. Your mind is constantly on your job or on your work. So you can actually pick trades, set stop losses, which basically has to do with your target point that you are looking forward to looking forward to risk on the market, and then your take profit, your targets that you are looking to gain on the market within that particular day. Then you set those targets and then take your mind off and go back to your work. You don't have to think about the trade. You just come back at the end of the day, take a look at what exactly happened. Today, the trade that I picked, did it hit a stop loss or it hit profit? It hits profit. We are happy about it. It hit a stop loss. Okay, we go on to the next day to pick another trade again. The ultimate thing is your risk to reward, and then your risk management should be able to allow you that long-term period to be able to grow along the way and not necessarily find yourself risking too much on the account where within 2 or 3 days of placing trades and leaving them, you come and then your total account is gone. How do you understand? So many day traders will not consider scalping because they will not have that time to enter and monitor trades consistently during the day. Then we have the third area, which is the swing trading, which area I specialize in the most, right? Swing trading, almost always, I'm using almost always because sometimes you set a target and it hits within the day. All right, so almost always involves holding trades overnight. It is compatible with individuals who have patience to wait for a trade to materialize. I have that patience. I've mastered that patience a lot, right? And This kind of trades could take more than a day to materialize because the profit targets are usually wider. Swing trading generally requires a longer period, so the ability to keep calm when the trading is not hitting a target too quick is a necessity. So if you're an individual who is always looking at the chart constantly, you are monitoring the ask for you. The moment you place the trade to the time the trade closes, you are monitoring the chart like this, please. You cannot be you can be a swing trader, but you need to reposition yourself and realign yourself and be able to train yourself out of that. Many of us started with day trading and then scalping, and then gradually we moved on and then became swing traders on the market, right? Whereby I like swing trading because of a particular thing. I'll tell you right after the session before we end the session for the day, right? And then we have the last area, which is position trading. The people who have seen do position trading in the market in general are crypto traders. These individuals, buy or invest in certain kind of coins, and then they leave it for about 2 years, 3 years, right? Position trading is the longest term of trading of all, right? Position trading is not only suitable for the most patient and least excitable. Therefore, position trade it is only suitable for people who are most patient and least excitable traders. Excitable traders, everything. Hey, NFT, hey, CPI, hey, it's going up, it's going down. If you are one of those traders, please don't venture into these areas. You need to be able to understand the difference between investment and speculative market. Later on, we will talk about these two and the differences that it poses, right? It's really a simple topic, right? Position trading targets are often several thousands of pips. So if your heart starts beating fast when your trade hit 25 pips in profit, please, it's not an area for you. Sometimes you could have market, for instance, as I'm saying that from 2023, market was sitting at 1,600 all the way to 2025. Now, the gold market is sitting somewhere around 3,000, right? Which relatively is almost 100% increment on the value of the asset. Someone somewhere is a position trader on this particular commodity. They have relatively put in or invested in this area, and they have left it for the long term. And by now, their ROI is, way beyond the roof. I hope you understand what I mean. So if other people's opinions sways you easily, then position trading is not for you. Because once you get in there, you should be what? You should be stuck. There's one thing that Paul Tudor Jones, mentioned, right? Once you get into the area and you set your mind to it, it should be very difficult to be able to be wavered, because you have done all your analysis. You have seen what exactly you have to see before entering that area. So nothing should sway you. If you are in, you are in there. I think Jesse Livermore also mentioned something like that. And then, it's been the trait of most of these top traders that have come and then passed, along the way, legends in this particular space. All right. So basically, that is it. Thank you so much for a wonderful day. So I told you that I was going to tell you something interesting about swing trading, right? Now, you realize that a lot of people, what they do is they like to place a bigger lot size on the market, right? Vance, you can take off the slide and bring me on the screen now. So a lot of people like to place big lot sizes on their trading accounts. You can see, I like posting some of these things. Someone deposits 4,000, then they are like, oh, we are going 3,000. Least profit that they are going to take on the market. Some of these people place 10 lots, 5 lots, like 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row on a $4,000 account. Relatively, they have their mindset for that account. But someone somewhere is looking at that and is like, this guy is doing this. Without knowing the kind of mindset that they have, they will also go in there, pick their own $400, $200, put it on the market. And before you realize, they are also punching in, like 1 lot, 0.5, 2 lot sizes on it. And they end up, burning their capitals back to the ground, right? Now, these individuals who basically do that, they know what they are doing, and sometimes they risk. They like to risk, right? They are ready for that particular risk, but you might not necessarily be ready for that particular risk. So you must be able to have an understanding of who you are and where you are going, and then inculcate it in your own trading. So based on that, the reason why I transitioned into swing trading was because I wanted to be able to get this kind of profits that these kind of people out there who are using 1 lot, 2 lots, 5 lots are getting, but not necessarily using 5 lots on the market. So how will you be able to do that? You'll be able to use a normal lot size that fits your trading account, but be able to maximize the moves on the market, maybe 400 pips, 500 pips on the market. So you stay through to the 400 pips, you stay through to the 500 pips, you stay through to the 300 pips. And sometimes these kind of trades can take 2 or 3 days, right? Which might not necessarily sit well with other people. So you need to build yourself into that area. And over time, I built myself into that area. When I got to that area, I realized that trading on the market and then, like taking daily trades on the market seemed a little difficult, because now if you want to take day trades, then you want to quickly see what exactly the market is doing and all. But if you want to really swing, you get a position, you wait for price to come into your area, you pick it, and then basically your small lot size on the market, you look out for that 300 pips, and it gives you that at least that weight that you are looking for in the market. So everybody has or need to know themselves on the market and then be able to know how to approach the market. Thank you once again. My name is Kema Trades. It was an awesome one, and always awesome to have you on the live. I'll see you next week. Let me open up the space for Clifford Cheqona to come on. Salutes to you all. See you again.
It's a mind game. You heard me.
I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt, I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt, I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big.
All right. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, kindly just drop some number ones in the comment section. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to today's masterclass. If you guys can hear me loud and clear. Before we go into today's masterclass, I really want to do something. We posted something, this on the community tab, I think Friday. I want us to basically let this sink in before we sort of go into today's masterclass. Very well. As you guys know, declaration is a very important part of our journey. So I'm gonna just do what you do the same, okay? You say your name and then you tell yourself that you are built for this. You say your name and then you tell yourself, I am built for this. You are not broken. You are built for this. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are not broken. Now, I want you to say it 7 times wherever you are right now and say your name and tell yourself to go forward. You see, declarations, I always tell people that you don't beat a thought by thinking, you beat a thought by talking. So I want you to basically just tell yourself, go forward. I want you to declare it 7 times, go forward. Cliff Cheqona, go forward. Go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. Cliff Cheqona, go forward. You see, a lot of people sometimes when I speak like this or when I say things like this, they'll be wondering, why do I always care about the things we say and why do I have to force people to say it with me and so on and so forth? We can remove the declaration from the screen now. Now, the reality is, one thing that you need to be able to understand is that the things you say plays an important role when it comes to your becoming. And so when we post these things on the YouTube community tab, I hope, people are declaring it. In fact, if you have been following the declarations for the past couple of, I think, 2 months now and counting, we have been very super highly, consistent. And I do supervise every declaration that goes to the community tab every morning myself. There is no declaration that has once go on the community tab that I didn't know what was going there, meaning that I'm super intentional about it. Now, this particular one that we just read, it was a declaration that I felt strongly in my heart that needs to go up on that Friday. The reason being is because I don't know what it was, but I could feel it, that a lot of people have reached a point in life whereby they feel exhausted mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. They feel exhausted. And sometimes there is a time in every man's life that when you feel that way, you will feel like either giving up or either saying things out of your mouth that you wouldn't normally not say if your life wasn't the way it was at that moment. And so that is why that declaration came up that day. So when you say your name and you say go forward, you are basically just declaring that I understand that where I am, I may not like it, but I will go forward. That I will keep on going even when the journey doesn't look like I'm going anywhere. And so if the declarations we are posting every single day is doing something for you, kindly please let me know in the comment section right now, actually, even. Is this declaration even helping you? If it's helping you, just let me know in the comment section right now. Also, again, we have a very, important culture whereby if this is your first time, I'm sure Shells has done an incredible job basically in helping you guys to say welcome to the people that just joined us today. But I also want to do the honest and say thank you. If this is your first time that you're coming to this masterclass, thank you. If you have been watching the masterclasses in the previous, sessions we had through the playlist, thank you. If you have made a commitment to yourself that this year something must happen to your destiny and you're using our platform as one of the tools, thank you and God bless you. If this is your first time, welcome to the masterclass. And every single thing that you heard, today, I'm sure you have been blessed. As you guys already know, sometimes also forgive us for some few technical difficulties that sometimes we may experience, because remember, even though we are one team, but we stream from different nations, not even different households, nations. There are people that are in the UK. There are people that are in Ghana. There are people that are streaming from different places. Myself, I'm streaming from here in Dubai. And so sometimes you need to be able to understand that there will be some technical difficulties. And so when you experience it, please forgive us. We are trying and doing our best to always make sure the stream is improved. But if this is your first time that you're coming here, welcome. We appreciate you. We honor you as being here, whether you were invited by a mentor, whether you were a mentor yourself, or whether if you are now new in trading, you're looking for a place to build a mindset to face the market, you are welcome. Now, today I'm going to try my best to make sure that today's lesson doesn't take a lot of time. I'll try my best. I know that when I say I'll try my best, a lot of people don't believe me, but I will try my best. But before we go into today's session, please, if you have not invited somebody, kindly invite them, let them know that we are live. And share the link if you can, or on your status, or whether on Instagram, whether on your WhatsApp, it doesn't matter. Facebook, kindly just share the link. At least, the least that we all can do as a community is to share the link. You are not sharing it so that Cliff will be known. You are sharing it so that somebody's mindset will be transformed. That is the whole purpose of it. Before we begin, I want you guys to forgive me because we are supposed to finish our series of the you behind the strategy. We started last 2 weeks. We spoke about, the you behind the strategy, and then we spoke about the mind of a scalper. And then we did our best by finishing the psychology of intraday. I hope some of you guys were blessed. The psychology of intraday last week, and we are supposed to be finishing this off today by doing the psychology of swing trading. But forgive me, unfortunately, today we have to pause just for this Saturday. Okay, just for this Saturday. The reason being is because we will continue, God willing, next week. But then the reason being is because I want to share something today that I believe either 90% of each and every single person listening to me right now, or almost every single person here on this live stream, needs this exact message you're about to hear today, this exact masterclass you're about to hear today. You need it. Why? Because the truth of the matter is, whether you are trading or you are just trying to make way out of your life, sincerely, you are at a point in your life where now, as I started, why I said go forward, you are either tired, exhausted, or some of you guys right now, even though the information you are hearing, whether from me or reading books or learning from different conferences, there is a possibility that you are probably overwhelmed because it seems that there is too much information everywhere on whether Instagram, YouTube, in fact on YouTube. I know that we have our masterclass on YouTube, but the truth of the matter is sometimes it can be overwhelming because the minute you finish watching one video, the next minute one video with a good thumbnail is telling you the exact same thing you need. It's like clicking, and when you go, it looks like the information is different. So there are so many things, and you are wondering, I want to make money, I want to become financially free, how can I be able to spend time with my family? There is so many desires you have that you want to be able to achieve, but it seems that you don't know what to do because you are overwhelmed, and mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you don't know what to do. This message is for you. So if you are ready to listen to the information that I'm about to share today, I want you to position yourself, and every little distraction not needed in currently your space where you are in right now, don't entertain that distraction. Not even your own mind. Okay, not even your own mind. So at the end of the day, just kindly just position yourself. If you're not sitting down, sit down. If you are cold wherever you are, I don't think there is anywhere in this world right now that is cold. Maybe, I don't know, probably bipolar countries like the UK, but I'm sure it's not that bad. So at the end of the day, just position yourself. If it's blankets you want to be under, no problem, but at least position yourself well to receive. So listen to me carefully now. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you have been putting, thank you so much guys for putting in the effort to let me know that you're ready. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you have been putting in effort and you are not seeing results. And listen to me carefully now. Forgive yourself. The way you are feeling is perfectly normal. How can you put in efforts to want to become the better version? As long as you are putting the efforts. But if you know you have not put in the effort, then, even though this is still for you, then don't be too dramatic. But if you know that you have put in the effort, but it still feels like you're not getting the results that you need, you know that you are putting in the effort, but you're not getting the kind of a little bit of results that you need, it is not because you are bad. It is not because you are lazy or something. I don't want you to call yourself that. But I always say something very interesting. And many people who listens to me a lot of times will hear me say this, that you are where you are because of what you know. Please write it down. That you are where you are because of what you know. And I want you to know that I admire you a lot. because you didn't quit. You are here. If you are on this masterclass and you are even staying for 30 minutes, 1 hour, it means you have decided not to quit. So if you are still here, and since you have not given up on you, then I will not give up on you either. Listen to me carefully now. Before I introduce my topic for today, I want you to understand that the world that we live in, I say this all the time, but I truly believe it and I mean it, that we live in a world that is governed by laws and principles. Laws and principles. And these laws and principles, you know some of them. Some of them is the law of gravity. It means if you throw something to the air, it will come down. It means if you jump from a 50th story building, you will go down. It doesn't matter even if you knew it or you didn't know it. If you jump, you will go down. So you can be as ignorant as a baby, as ignorant as a toddler, meaning that you don't know that there is something called the law of gravity. And as sad as this looks, the law will not say, oh, this is just a baby. So even though the baby is falling off the building, do not let this baby, get hurt. The baby will still fall. And this is very sad, because this means that the laws of this world does not care about sentiments and emotions. Are you with me? You need to be able to understand that if this is true, then it is good news, and at the same time, there is a problem. That means even though that you have problems, even though that there are situations you wish it wasn't so, the laws and the principles in this world does not care about that. If you have watched movies before that the person may be facing criminal charges or something they did, in the movie scene, you, the individual that you are watching the movie from the other side of the audience perspective, you are able to see the reality of the situation and be like, oh, but this person didn't do it though. Even if he did it, he didn't mean it though. But the law do not care. The law simply says, you have been found guilty. And one thing about laws is that you can cry. So you can watch this movie and the judge will say, you have been sentenced to 15 years in prison. And the family members are crying because probably that is their breadwinner. And then the father is actually going to jail. And no matter how the family is crying, they can even have a 6-month-old baby. And they will still take the man to jail. Why? Because they have found the man guilty. And so the first thing I want you to be able to understand is this. It doesn't matter even if you're a trader. And this thing, it broke my heart many years. many years. I was always sad that I can look at the sincerity of traders basically saying that they don't know why they can still make money. And they don't know, I always say this, that the skill set, it will only give you an opportunity, but your attitude is what will pay you. So it doesn't matter. I will give you a very short description of an analogy, and I want you to stay with me. Let's say there are two, stay with me carefully now, because I really want you to get a foundation. Let's say there are two individuals that comes to me to want to study trading. I always make this example and I give these individuals two names. I call one of them Thoughtful Tim, and I call the other Careless Carl. Now, it is not a way to just add names to names, but I just want you to understand. So one student, his name is Thoughtful Tim, and the other one, his name is Careless Carl. So Thoughtful Tim and Careless Carl came to Cliff Cheqona, the mentor, and said, Cliff, can you mentor us? They are not friends. No, they just came in a season. So I gave them the blueprint of how the mentorship program will look like. So there is trading, there is psychology, there is everything, there is leadership, there is everything. Because as a mentee, you don't necessarily choose what you want. You choose what is meant to make you. I always say this, that when it comes to transformation, it's not a buffet of knowledge. You don't choose what you want. You have to subscribe to what is needed for your becoming. So Thoughtful Tim and Careless Carl, just follow the story now. Imagine two people coming to Cliff, that Cliff, we want you to mentor us. Thoughtful Tim, Careless Carl. Now, Thoughtful Tim and Careless Carl are introduced the information I'm going to teach them to them. And Thoughtful Tim was like, oh, wow, so I need to study all of this? I said, yes. Careless Cow was like, yeah, I get it, but do I need to do all of these things to become a professional trader? I just want to study the strategy, I'm looking for the technical way of becoming the trader I need to become. I said, I know, Careless Cow, I get it. But even though this is what you need, this is what I'm telling you is going to help you to get what you need. So Careless Guy's like, man, you're all this. He even has some friends that he will go and tell them what the mentor said. And they'll be like, oh, bro, just forget about these guys and their nonsense. Just take what you want. The strategy, just take it. Just let him feel like you are actually listening to his nonsense. Go to the TP Masterclass and just listen. Just let him feel like you are there. But just get the strategy and you will make money, bro. But Thoughtful Tim, very humble, looking like he's naive, but he's listening. Cliff would tell them both, today we're going to do technical analysis. Today we're going to understand the 5 confirmations that you need to understand the way to create your confluence. We are talking about all of that. So they are all listening. So you will notice the day we are talking about technical analysis, Careless Cow, he's just very excited. He's contributing. But the day we are talking about the mindset of a trader, he's like, oh, yeah. Are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. But he doesn't care. So 3 years later, these individuals, their mentorship program is done. Now, Careless Cow, he makes money some days, he's blowing it, he's too frustrated. In fact, he has even entered into another space of mentorship, and he's telling the other mentor how he spent time with me and he didn't still make money. He's looking for the Holy Grail. Thoughtful Tim is also not making money. But check this out. Here is the case where Thoughtful Tim has read all the books and every single thing. So one day, Thoughtful Tim will call me and say, Cliff, I don't know, are you sure I'm going to become? And I said, Thoughtful Tim, you're almost there. Then he now went to a restaurant I told him to go. And I said, Thoughtful Tim, normally go to these places. Don't say things like, this is not for us. Don't speak like that. Speak like you are blessed. Walk like you are blessed. But you see, Careless Cow be like, all this declaration nonsense. Why do I should speak? So he is always, so let's put Careless Cow aside a little bit. Let's focus on Thoughtful Tim. He is the one who is still listening to Cliff. Now check this out. Both of them knows how to trade. But one of them blows an account. The other one is not getting the money he wants, which is Thoughtful Tim. He's not getting much, but he makes $5, $15 here and there. Are you with me? Follow the story now. So one day I told Thoughtful Tim, go to this restaurant. He said, I don't have money. I said, no problem. If it's just water you can buy, just buy it. So he went to the restaurant and I told him, when you go, just at least read some book. So he went to the restaurant reading his book, and check this out. A very successful, wealthy man crossed his leg. And then when he crossed his leg, the water spilled on Thoughtful Tim. But he didn't get angry. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And the millionaire or the successful man said, oh, no, why are you sorry? I'm the one sorry. He said, no, I'm sorry. No worries. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't clean it. Then the man saw the book that Thoughtful Tim was reading and said, oh, you love this book? You love Secret of the Millionaire Mind? He said, yes, I love Secret of the Millionaire Mind. He said, oh, what chapter are you on? He said, oh, that is my favorite chapter, actually. What do you do? He said, oh, I'm a trader. He said, wow, a trader? So then make us money. He said, oh, no, yes, I know how to trade, but the opportunity has not come yet, sir, for us to be able to grow bigger accounts. So we are just managing. He says, wow, what is your portfolio like? He said, very small, but we are able to do consistent 20%. 20%? Really? Consistently? Yes. Can I see your portfolio? Oh, yeah, there it is. Wow. So you're able to be consistent in growing your account 20%. So if I give you $1 million right now, you can be able to grow it by 20% consistently. He says, yes. I mean, that is what we do. I will apply this. I will do that. So the millionaire said, take my card and come to my office. Now let's pause here. It sounds like a movie, but this is real life. Cliff, how do you know this? Sometimes, when you speak to people like this, if you look at every single person that is either successful or becoming successful, you will find a curious moment in their life that changed their whole entire life. It's called an opportune time. So the day I was teaching you guys about times and season, we spoke about Chronos and we spoke about Kairos. Kairos is an opportune time. Whether you are ready or not, it's coming. When it comes and you are not ready, it will make you recycle your whole entire life. Mostly, a lot of people do not recover from losing the Kairos moment. Now, the same situation we are discussing can happen to Careless Cow. But when the man spills the water on him, careless cow can be like, oh man, why can't you see where are you going? Why? Oh, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? You know I'm sitting here. Is it because we don't have money? Is that why you guys can treat? So he will speak anyhow. And the same moment that happened to thoughtful Tim, that was meant to happen to careless cow, he missed it. For yes, the trading as a skill set gave him an opportunity, but what is going to pay him now is his attitude. So a lot of time people ask me, Clip, so now that we don't have money, how are we going to basically make money? I'm telling you, you don't make the money because you want it. You make the money because you have become what attracts the money you are looking for. It is very important that you understand this, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of times when we are talking about these transformation things, it may not make sense. For example, we talk about, if you believe in the Bible, if you talk about Abraham, how did Abraham get blessed? He was gifted by an individual who said he wanted to sleep with his so-called sister, but didn't know it was his wife. And then God warned Abraham, and then at the end of the day, he gifted Abraham, and Abraham became blessed through that blessing of a gift. Can you imagine some of you guys right now, the person that threatened to almost sleep with your wife, in fact, if you're not careful, you will beat that person, but little did you know that person was almost about to bless you. I'm trying to let you understand that there are seasons in life that your current situation cannot change your life, but it is the person you become. And traders are refusing to accept this, that yes, there is a way you can pick up your phone and click buy and sell, but there is still laws and principles that does not care about your sentiment. You need to still go through life the way you're supposed to be going through it. Are you with me? So one of the things that you need to understand is this, that ever realizing the reality of this changes everything. I want to tell you something right now. I wrote down something very powerful here. And I call this, before I said that this masterclass, I wrote down here 3 things I want this masterclass to do. Please write it down. Number 1, I want this masterclass to help you understand what stage of personal transformation you are in. Number 2, show you what it takes to move from where you are to where you are meant to become. Number 3, and most importantly, number 3, to give you the clarity to stop doubting yourself. You see, have you ever been in a long journey before, and it's so long of a journey that you are wondering, are you even going to reach? So if you don't have GPS in your hand, eventually you will start wondering, are you even lost or what? But when you have the GPS, we call something ETA, whether you book an Uber or you book Karim in Dubai here, or you are going somewhere, you're using your GPS, and the person asks you, how long would you get here? You will see over there on the GPS, it says ETA. It simply means expected time of arrival. So expected time of arrival, you know, especially when you are living in places like Dubai, when the person tell you it's 19 minutes on the GPS, it's 19 minutes. But when you're living in, let's say, Ghana, and the person says ETA is 19 minutes, add extra 10 minutes. But anyways, I'm trying to let you understand at least the GPS is able to give you an idea of how long you will get there. Is that true? So you will notice that the ETA will say 9 minutes. It will not give you confidence and say, man, we have been sitting in this car for 2 hours. But if it's saying it's remaining 30 minutes, it's fine. We'll wait. Why? Because the ETA alone has given you confidence that you are going to get to the destination. But a lot of you guys right now, you are doing the things you read. You are doing the things you heard. But you don't understand, when am I going to become? The truth of the matter is, people sometimes, and I know, people sometimes say, be patient. And I've also even told you guys, be patient, you are going to become. But when I was meditating on this masterclass today, I realized that people are not always impatient. They don't just know when they are going to become. They want to have an idea of, okay, you said I should declare, Cliff. You said I should speak the words of declaration. You said I should believe in myself. You have said all these things, but when would all these things start to make sense? Cliff, when? This is the frustration that is happening to many people right now, especially traders, because they have read about the candlestick. Some of the people have invested into mentorships. They have actually really learned different strategies. In fact, now they know almost all strategies. The problem is not diligence. The problem is not consistency of learning. The problem is they don't know why something is still missing in their life regarding trading. And so today's masterclass purpose, as I told you, is to be able to help you understand that, okay, now I am here. What is my ETA? What is my expected time of arrival? Why is it that where I am right now, I'm starting to feel weary? I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. I am tired. I don't even feel like declaring all these go forward anymore. Because I've been doing it for 2 weeks. Why my life is not changing? If truly declaration works, why is it that Cliff is saying we should have a positive mindset? I think I am a millionaire. Why am I not having millions? Today, this lesson of the masterclass will help you. That you are going to understand the stage of personal transformation you are in, show you what it takes to move from where you are to where you are meant to become. And then most importantly, give you the clarity to stop doubting yourself. Today, I'm going to be very fast. I'm going to try to be very, very, very fast. Let me give you the topic of the title today. I title my masterclass today, The Law of Identity. The Law of Identity. The Law of Identity. The law of identity. Before we even talk about the law of identity, can we bring back again the declaration I made us bring it in the morning? Now, with this understanding, you would declare it differently. Can we bring back the same declaration one more time back again, and let's declare? Let's declare the law of identity. The law of identity. The law of identity. The law of identity. It is very important that you understand every single thing we're about to talk about. Listen to me carefully now. Now, with this understanding, with the topic and everything we're talking about, I want you to say your name out loud and say you are built for this. Cliff Cheqona, you are built for this. Now, don't even spare this declaration anymore. Now you understand that it is perfectly normal for you to be tired. It is perfectly normal for you to be weary, but you are built for this. Mention your name and say you are built for this. Mention your name and say Cliff Cheqona. Mention your name, James, Daniel, whatever your name may be. Esther, you are built for this. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are not broken. Now say it with power 7 times. Cliff Cheqona, go forward. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, I know. Normally on a regular, a trader is not meant to do this. That is how it looks like, isn't it? But that is where you have been cheated, because there is a law. And it's called the law of identity. There is a law. And it's called the law of identity. If you guys are ready for what we're about to learn today, kindly drop some number ones in the chat. Let's take it out from there. The law of identity. The law of identity. The law of identity. Are you with me? Perfect. Are you guys ready? Okay. The law of identity. Listen, when I said that, I told you that we have something called the law of gravity in every single thing. The law of identity simply says, you don't get what you want. It only gives you what you are. That is what it means. Simple as ABCD. So the law of identity simply means that you as a human being, as you are here right now, you will never get what you want. You only get who you are. You get what you are. That is the general idea of what this law does. So you don't get what you want, you get what you are. So yes, you want wealth, you want consistency, you want freedom, but the law doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you have become. So let's say, for example, you want to become a millionaire. You want to have millions. But the law of identity insists that the millions will only be in the pocket of a millionaire. Well, a lot of people want the millions so that they can be called a millionaire. But the law is opposite. It says you will get the millions when you become the millionaire. It's so interesting how the law works. That you only get millions when you have become a millionaire. And it doesn't make sense, and it sounds very overwhelming when you think about it. Because the reason why you want the millions is because you're not a millionaire. But the law is saying that no, you will also get the millions when you become a millionaire. So the law to traders, and traders don't want to agree, but it's saying the money you are looking for from trading will only come to the trader. Are you with me? So the law is saying, no problem. I know that you are learning the skill sets. I know that you have read Secret of the Millionaire Mind. It's good you have read the book. It's good that you have learned the strategies. It's good that you understand that you believe that smart money concept is a good strategy. No problem. It's not doubting you about that reality. But the law is saying the kind of money you are looking for in trading, it will only come to a trader. So a lot of people who have decided not to be a trader, but they want the money trading can give, is the ones that they are being disappointed. Because you may have heard me saying this before, that when it comes to the mindset, the psychological component of a trader, you need to be able to understand that your trading life and your actual life, they mirror each other. I say this all the time. So that means if you are hungry in your actual life, and because of that, you want to use trading to eat, that is not how it works. No, trading can feed you, but trading is not meant to feed you. Listen to what I said carefully now. Trading can feed you, but trading is not meant to feed you. It doesn't have to do anything for you. Last week I spoke about this very importantly, and I want you to really ring that in your mind. Your expectations, your wariness is not why trading must give you anything. The law of identity says you only get who you are. So if you have not decided to become a trader yet, don't expect money from trading. Even if you force it and you get it, life will design a series of events to take it away from you. I have counseled many different individuals, especially I will never forget there was a woman whom I counseled a long time ago, and she made good amount of money because she was copying signals. Do you know how she lost the money? Her child picked up her phone and was playing with MT4 and blew the account. When you say things like this, I know sometimes people who are also believers of the spiritual side will be like this. No, sometimes it's a law. You just need to understand. And that is why the law doesn't care if Jeff Bezos knows Jesus or not. The law doesn't care if Elon Musk believes in the things you believe or not. So when people sometimes say, does Warren Buffett fast? He doesn't need to be a believer and fast the way Christians fast to be a rich man. But he does something that does something to his spiritual man. You just don't see it and you just don't know it. But that law is clear and plain, that the law says that Warren Buffett's identity is a billionaire. He thinks like a billionaire. He trades like a billionaire. He invests like a billionaire. Therefore, the billions of dollars will come to Warren Buffett. It's a law. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. Remember, just like the law of gravity. So wherever you are right now, you have not decided to be a trader. You just want money from trading. Cliff, what do you mean? When you decide you want to do something, everything else that will stop you from becoming that thing must die. Today I'm going to show you. So the law of identity, I want you to picture this. This is how it means. So let's say, for example, you have $1 million and you have $2 million. So it's like the $1 million is traveling and then it meets $2 million. And then when they meet, they know each other. So the $1 million will be like, oh, 2 million, where are you going? He said, oh, I'm going to Canada. I'm going to Ghana. Or the 1 million will say, I'm also going to Dubai. And it's what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to a millionaire. A millionaire. I'm going to a millionaire right now. Check this out. They're having conversations. I'm going to a millionaire. And it's also, oh, I'm going to also a millionaire. Okay, see you, bro. Go and have fun. Now, if the 1 million gets to where the person who is supposed to receive the 1 million and it gets there and the person's actions is looking like a millionaire, but their identity is not a millionaire. Identity means their belief system, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they think. Every single thing does not represent a millionaire. That money will say it's an error. So there is part, you know how there is police in different countries. The police of that law will do this. It will now create a series of events to take all the money away from you. So you can win lottery today and in 6 months, the whole amount of money will finish. It doesn't matter. You can call it the person is stupid. You can call it he's a fool. You can call him whatever you want. That is not what finished the money. What finished the money was the mindset of the individual. That finished the money. And that mindset was an error to hold millions of dollars. So now you can try to grow your account from $100 to $1,000 because you know how to trade. But if that $1,000 is an error in your hands, life will design a series of events to take it away from you. And sometimes it can reflect in so many angles. It can even reflect in somebody that you love being sick, and all the money will go to that sick person. As long as it is an error to be with you. That is the same way if your mindset has been transformed to an identity that also makes you attract. Even when you are not forcing it, money keeps on coming to you. It is very true. So today we're talking about the law of identity. The law of identity. And before we go in deeper with this law, for you to understand what is the purpose of the law of identity we're talking about, I'm come to let you understand that there is something you can do to you that can make you keep on growing to become what you want to attract. Are you with me? As a trader, it doesn't matter. So whether you're a trader or not, you can listen to this information and it will make you a better person as you want. Listen to me carefully. Listen, I always say this and people think I'm joking. If you would have met me 8 years ago, probably you wouldn't even like me because my mindset wasn't the way it was now. There were some certain things I didn't even believe, and it is real. But life can change when the mind changes. The first thing I want you to be able to understand is this. When it comes to becoming anything, when it comes to creating a new identity or upgrading your identity, there are two things you will find in there. The number one is called habit. Number two is called transformation. I wrote down here, habits is changing what you do. Now, I have said this several times. I will not go in deeper. There are three loops that form a habit: cue, trigger, reward. Or cue, routine, reward, because the trigger is what creates the cue, then the routine, then the reward. So it forms like that. So if the trigger happens, it makes you do something you usually do, and then when you finish doing it, you get your reward, whether gratification, whatever it is. That is what forms the habit over a period of time. So I wrote down here, habit formation simply means changing what you do. So habit is a surface level. Okay, habit is a repetitive actions, meaning that I wrote down here one of the example: waking up at 5 a.m., journaling your trace, and exercising. That is a habit. That is not you. That is a habit. But that can become you. So habits, listen, I wrote down here and I want you to write this down carefully now. Habit without transformation will eventually feel like a burden. So when you guys started trying to become, whether you came on this call or whether you're trying to become a trader, you were told, do this, watch the markets, do all of that. So those things are something you're doing new. It's a habit that you're trying to build. Now those habits, it's supposed to lead through your life to become a transformed individual. But when you are not transforming, so this is what people normally do. They don't want the habit to become the identity. They want to use the habit to get the results the identity can give. I'm going to say it again. People usually don't really want to become something new. Even if they want, their old self is too strong to let them become something new. So what they normally do is they create a system to use habits to get results. And they keep on getting disappointed because habits don't create results. No, habits don't create results. Habits create transformation. Transformation creates results. Did you get that? Habits is not what creates results. Habit creates a transformed individual. In other words, transformation. Then the transformed person receives or attracts the results. It doesn't matter what you do. Trading, whatever, it doesn't matter. It is true. It's a law. It's a law. So you need to respect the law. So listen to this carefully now. Because you are doing something new, your old self hates it. When I was preparing for this masterclass, I was imagining the two types of things. I will tell you soon. But let's talk about transformation. So now you have an idea of what habit is, right? What about transformation? Transformation simply means changing who you are. Transformation is identity level shift. A total renewal of the mind and emotional response system. I've said this over and over again, that the current version of you is everything opposite to who a trader is meant to become. So that means the way you grew up, the way you were trained, the way you feel, the way you react, the way you are just emotional, that is not who a trader is. So you are going to become something upgraded version of yourself. Are you with me? So transformation is changing who you are. Changing who you are doesn't simply mean faking it. Changing who you are means you have come to a place of conviction that you know there is more for you. So when we sometimes say change who you are, people are saying, no, but I like who I am. If who you are is not giving you results, then it's not who you are, because as a man, you are meant to be a results-driven individual. Men are meant to be results-driven individual. So if you don't have results, that is not who you are. So people, when they say things like, this is who I am, that's not who you are. That is who you have chosen to be. There is more of you. You can do better. Don't let anybody let you settle for less. You can do better. You can do better. So you need to understand that a total renewal of the mind and emotional response system, that is what transformation is. You no longer try to act disciplined. You become disciplined. Are you with me? And habits become expressions of identity, not tools to control. So if you are here and you are trying to use habits that traders need to make money from trading, and when you finish, you will now go back to the old you are joking. That is not how it works. So you will see that you don't want to become disciplined, but 5 a.m. you will become disciplined so you make money from trading. You are lying. That is why when the trade goes against you, you still revenge trade, because you have not become disciplined. You are trying to use discipline. You have not become patient. You are trying to use patience. You can't use those things as tools. They must lead to transformation. I really hope somebody is getting this right now. Listen to this carefully now. You need to stop using discipline and must become disciplined. You need to stop using patience and must become patient. Allow yourself to become. Don't worry, but I will tell you why. I will tell you why. You see, you need to understand the mind. It is not your fault. I will tell you why it's like that. Listen to me carefully now. If habits is like a software, yeah, your mind is the hardware. And before we talk about the hardware, Cliff, why is it that you are talking about hardware? Listen to this carefully now. I really hope that somebody gets what I'm about to say carefully now. I'm going to share my screen for the sake of this illustration so that it will make sense perfectly for you. If you guys are learning something, drop some number ones in the chat for me. If you are learning something, now we are about to go deeper. So I need to share my screen so that people can get the illustrations very well to understand something. Okay? Just wait on for me. I'm coming. I want to make a perfect example for you so that you guys can be able to understand this perfectly well. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me share my screen. Present this. Where are you? There you go. Okay, can we bring this to my screen, please? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, perfect. Listen to this carefully now. Let's say, for example, yeah, this is habits. Okay, this is, let me use a circle like this. This is the organ. Let's say the CPU. This CPU is called the brain. Then you have this within your brain that we can basically say your mind. Now you can't see it, but it is there. It is like a hardware within the brain. Okay, so let's call this the brain, the mind. Okay, then within the mind is many things, and one of them is called habits. Many things is in the mind, belief system, whatever, not so many, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, they are all here. But then you can find your habit within your mind, the things you don't see. Now listen to me carefully now. Your brain is an organ, ladies and gentlemen. Your brain is an organ. Your brain has muscles. That means your brain can get tired. Normally, when people normally say they are tired, do you know majority of the times your tiredness is always connected to your brain? It's connected to your brain, and then you getting exhausted from a standpoint of exhaustion, your mind, weariness. But it all happens in the brain. It all happens in the CPU. For example, if I spank my hand this way, I'm feeling the pain. That pain is not because I have a hand. I felt the pain because my brain received an information that said there is a sensation of pain over here. What is that? Are you with me? I feel it because my brain is active towards my hand and it can feel the sense of the pain. The same way, if I start doing this, it will now translate it into something else. That is why if something happens to my hand and the nerves in my hand dies, meaning that there is nothing that connects from my hand to my brain to receive information, I can do the same spanking and nothing will happen to me. I can't even feel it because my brain cannot receive the information. So when we say that, ouch, is that ouch actually really painful? Or is my brain that is receiving the information to translate it for me to know. That is why sometimes when people get an accident or something and you pinch them and let's say their lower part is damaged, when you pinch them, they can't hear it even though they have a skin. Why? Because their nerves can't translate the information anymore. There is no pain sensors. So that is why when you're about to do a surgery or whatever, they can put the medication around there. And what happens is that it makes your nerves numb, meaning the information doesn't go back to your brain. So it doesn't translate it. What am I trying to basically say? That your brain can be exhausted because it's an organ. It's an actual muscle. So it can really be exhausted. It burns a lot of calories because it has that ability to do that. So let's say, for example, now I tell you that I want you to basically declare, I am great, 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 I am great. Now that I am great, I am great, I am great, it is very good that you understand that you are going to declare, I am great. And after 3 minutes, it will do something to you because the brain says, and the brain is made up of chemicals and things. So one of the chemicals that it releases into your brain will now make you feel a certain type of way. When you keep on saying, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, you start to feel some way and it starts to reflect as information throughout your body. So if a person says, I am tired, it means chemicals has been released into the body to make the body feel that type of way through the mind, through the brain. Are you with me? So when you say, I am great, even though it's powerful, when you now start saying, I'm great, 100,000 times, if your brain gets exhausted, that same I am great will now become negative to your body. Why? Because the brain is an organ. It gets tired. So even though studying is great, if I study beyond the normal range of how long I should use my brain, it will get exhausted and it will affect me. So habits in this context, what you guys are seeing here, is just like a software. And then if the habit is your software, your mind is the hardware. But your mind, that is where the real change must happen. So we have two types of the mind. We have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. The conscious mind only makes like 5% of daily behavior decisions. 5%. The rest of the 95% is your subconscious mind. I want us to remove the screen sharing. I want to talk to people for a second. Listen to me carefully now. Listen. When I was preparing for this masterclass, there is a way I pictured the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. This is how I pictured it. The conscious mind is what you have come on this masterclass to listen to me. Okay, so you are conscious of this listening. You are writing things. You are positioning yourself. You are conscious of the masterclass you are on. Then there is a subconscious mind. So let's say, for example, I tell you in the next 2-3 days, 4 days, 4 weeks, I want you to do X, Y, Z. The part of you that does that thing is your conscious mind. You are conscious of the habit Cliff Cheqona have told you to do. But this is one interesting thing about your subconscious mind. It doesn't believe you. So when you say, I am great, your subconscious mind is like, hey, look at what this guy is doing. He said he's great. We are broke. So your subconscious mind believes you are broke. So we are broke. So when you keep on saying, I'm great, it's okay. So this is how I see it. When we were young, let's say if you were a child and you are like 5 years and the child comes and be like, Mommy, I want to be a musician. The same mother will go and buy microphone for that 5-year-old child. The same mother, 5-year-old child, is saying, Mommy, I want to be a musician. He'll be like, oh, my daughter says she wants to be a musician. And the friends of the mother will even crack a joke. This one is Celine Dion. Celine Dion in the making. Celine Dion. And they will just basically just charm you up. You know what I'm saying? So they are happy that the child is saying something that they know is foolishness. But in that moment, don't make it that big of a deal. Buy her the microphone. Buy her the things. But little does the mom know that that same 5-year-old child, 10 years later, will come and say, Mommy, can I get money to go to the studio? Studio for what? But Mommy, I told you I love music. Are you stupid? Why do you want to do music? What will music do for you? Same child that they bought the microphone for, but the child wasn't joking. The child was serious. But now there is a big problem. The mom was thinking when the child grows, the mom was thinking the child will grow out of that nonsense. Are you with me? But a little does the mom know that the child was serious. But then here's the big problem. there is now going to be a resentment between the mom and then the child. Because the child, at the end of the day, was serious. And the mom was thinking the child was joking. But because the child was young and it was an early stage, the mom was thinking when the child grows, 18 years, 20 years, they will come to their senses. So now the mom is going to fight the kid and the kid is going to fight the mom. But the mom will eventually win because the mom's words are powerful. Now, if the child decides to still do her thing, they will say that this daughter is disobedient. So you may have heard this before. Listen to me carefully now. So when you start doing, I'm great, your subconscious mind says, oh yeah, you are great. When you finish, let's come and do the other one. You are poor. So now your brain, your subconscious mind doesn't believe you because it is what have heard so many things about you. So it thinks you are joking. But when you keep on doing it, 1 day, I'm great. 2 days, I'm great. 3 days, I'm great. 4 days, 4 weeks, I'm great. Then the subconscious mind says, wait. He's serious. No more, I'm great. You are broke. Because that is what you love. You don't trust this person. Don't build relationships. Relationship will break your heart. Don't go. Don't go and get into a relationship. Don't get married. No, we don't like marriage. No, I love marriage. Battle. Because your subconscious mind didn't believe you initially. But when you kept on being consistent, it now said, oh my God, this person is really going to become a trader. He's not going to become a trader. He's learning every single day. He's now reading books. He's reading Secret of the Millionaire Mind. Why are you reading this book? It's boring. Let's go and watch K-drama. Let's go and watch a series. Let's go and watch this. We don't love this. We don't love books. We don't love Masterclass. Let's leave. No, let's stay. This is the stage that most people quit. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me carefully now. Some of you guys are in this stage right now. And that is why I'm about to give you the 5 stages of transformation everybody goes through. Quickly, we're going to run through this. I told myself I want to finish this masterclass as soon as possible. Quickly, and we are done. The 5 stages of transformation, whether you were a trader or not, listen to me carefully now. I will run through it quickly because there is a stage I want to focus on. Number 1 is called the awareness stage. The awareness stage is when you come to a call like this, a conference, whatever, and you become aware. The information gives you something. It makes you excited. Some of you guys, when you found Masterclass in the beginning, super excited. Oh my God, this is the thing I've been looking for. God bless Cliff Cheqona. Yes, now we are about to make money. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Ah, man, how Nigerians are more. I'm even tired of this declare. That is not you speaking now. Your subconscious mind is the one speaking. So now if I tell you, go forward, you are not speaking to, you're not mentioning just your name. No, Chief. You are telling your subconscious mind that, shut up, I will go forward because I am tired. You know how sleep paralysis work? When you have you asked anybody, if you are still here and you get sleep paralysis, we need to turn that into prayers. But sleep paralysis is very dangerous. So you are lying down, you can hear everybody's talking, but you can't get up. But one of the ways is to shake it off. We call it destiny paralysis. When you reach that point, enough is enough. So wow, some of you were excited when you found this masterclass. You were excited. You were like, this is it. You even started picturing yourself how you're going to become successful because you said, I can trade. And now this is all that is missing. Are you with me? Listen to me carefully now. When you get to this first stage, it's called the awareness stage. Let me write it down here. Can we bring back the sharing of the screens? 5 stages. Let me write down here so that people can get it quickly. Let's wrap up. 5 stages. Stage number 1 is called the awareness stage. Stage number 1 is called the awareness stage. It is a stage whereby you are excited because you came into contact with an information you believe is going to change your life. It's called the awareness stage. It is a stage where you are super excited. You start noticing what is broken in your routine. You even tell yourself, what Cliff is saying, that is me. This is me. This is the time I will take it seriously. Awareness stage, excitement. So if you are here and you are now excited in transformation, that is your stage. So what did I tell you? I said I'm going to give you 5 stages and you will know where you are so that you will know how to get there. Are you with me? So this is what it means. If you are still relying on emotion to push you, that means when you come on this masterclass and I'm giving keys, but you're only waiting for the time that Cliff is just gingered up, you are in this stage. You are not looking for seriousness of the boring information. You want the ones that makes you happy. This is the stage you are in now. is called the awareness stage. So if you are motivated, it's good to be motivated, but that is not what will take you to the next level. This is what will take you to the next level. Write your why statement. Why do you need to? At the moment you find a platform, a tool, a book that is helping you, the first thing you need to do during the awareness stage is to write your why. Write your why. Do you know why you need to write your why? I'm going to tell you right now. W-H-Y. Because your why will, listen to me carefully now. Your why, okay, this is your why. But your why will help you. So next time that you are forgetting the importance of knowing your why, remember this arrangement here. Your why will help you. So during the awareness stage is good, but you need to quickly identify your why here. This is the place you need to identify your why. The minute you identify your why, hold on to it. Because there is a day coming, you are going to be tired. There is a day coming, you're not going to be excited, but you will need your why. That why is what will help you to keep going. I want to help my family. It is maybe a strong why, but get a better big why. Big why that makes you always keep on going. So stage number 1 is awareness. Stage number 2 is resistance. Stage number 2 is resistance. Why is this so hard? Will I even make it? Why is this so hard? During this stage is a stage where you start the new routine, then you crash. You start, then you crash. Some of you guys don't know, but when I started posting the declarations for you guys, it's different from saying it to myself, but it's one thing telling you guys to do it when I'm doing it for them myself. So as I said, I have to generate these declarations myself. At some point I woke up and I said, God, do I even need to always post declarations? So if you are thinking, do we always need to say it? Me too, I'm thinking the same. We are on the same page. So me too, I'm thinking, do I also have to always post it for them? The answer is yes. If you are committed to impact a generation, then you need to be consistent, doing something for them consistently. Because I do a lot. So sometimes I have to structure a life around every single activities so that I can perform well in that area. So yes, during that part, you need to be able to understand that when you reach the resistance stage, the first thing you're going to understand is that it's called the resistance stage. I wrote down why is this so hard. That is not the name, but the name of the stage is called resistance. Now you know why. Resistance. You start the new routine, then you crash. Emotional triggers intensify. You start self-sabotaging. Procrastination, excuses, inconsistency. You said you want to go to the gym. What happened? You said you want to post declarations for the community. What happened? You said you will come to TP Masterclass every day. What happened? When you started, you always made it a commitment to join it live. But now what happened? If it's not a very serious excuse, what happened? It doesn't mean that you hate these things, but remember the analogy? Your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, they are against each other. Your subconscious mind is trying to protect you. Your conscious mind is trying to also protect you. So they are both fighting. But the only problem is that the subconscious mind is stronger because it has the 95% of the power of who you are. Are you with me? So write it down. Resistance is the second stage. Resistance is the second stage. Is this good? Okay. The third stage, can we get this one small? Can it come down a little bit for me? Can it come down a little bit for me? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So, stage number 3 is what we call the weariness stage. This is the reason why I'm teaching today. This is the reason why. I believe a lot of people are on this stage. If you believe that you are at this stage right now in your transformation process, drop number 1s in the chat. If you believe that you are at the weariness stage, it is that is the stage that you say, I am tired. It's not working. If it will blow, let it blow. And truly the account will blow. Trading is interesting. Anyway, weariness stage. So the weariness stage is when you have been consistent, but nothing seems to be changing. I mean, that is what, it looks like. You feel numb, disconnected, even hopeless. You are not even really interested in anything anymore. You are tempted to quit, even though you are doing the right things. Even though you're doing the right things, you are tempted to quit. It's called the weariness stage. Now, before we go into the weariness stage, I was doing something. Let's go back to the resistance stage. I wrote down something. I want to give you guys everything. How do you know you are in the resistance stage? You will know that you are in the resistance stage because you are aware of what to do, but the old habits keep winning. You know what to do. You know you have to wake up and read that book. You know that you have to go to the gym. You know you have to drink at least 3 liters of water a day. You know all of that, but the old habit keeps winning. How do you know you are in the resistance stage? You get frustrated with yourself even though you know better. Oh man, but I know that I'm supposed to, put stop loss. I know I'm supposed to not take more than 2 trades in a day. Resistance. There is a resistance. Then what do you do to be able to move forward from this stage? I told you that the first one, the way to do that is to know your why. If you want to move from awareness stage to the resistance stage, you need to know your why. To move from the resistance stage to the next stage, you need to be able to make sure you journal. You write all the things that is sabotaging you. Man, the reason why I took this trade again is because of this. The reason why I did this because of this. You write down, you journal. Are you with me? Good. Then the weariness stage. How do you know you are in the weariness stage? You know that you are in the weariness stage because routines feels dry. Trading psychology masterclass doesn't feel like a hype anymore. It feels like, it's a place I have to go, do I have to, especially the way Cliff speaks, sometimes very aggressive. So when you hear my voice, you are even tired. Are you with me? So during the weariness stage, you feel that things are dry, you are tired, and so on and so forth. You are disciplined, but you are discouraged. How do you move on from this stage? You need to start celebrating micro wins. During this stage, you need to start celebrating micro wins. I showed up today, even though I'm not feeling it. It's like prayers. We will pray. If we are feeling it, not feeling it, we will pray. So you will pray even when you're not feeling it. Sometimes if you are somebody that you pray in the middle of the night, as soon as you close your eyes, you can be watching a series. And the minute that you close your eyes to pray, the sleep just comes from nowhere. Is that true? And you're like, oh man, do I even need to pray now? Maybe I'll pray in the morning. No, pray now. Okay? Yes, you showed up. You hit 2 stop losses, but you showed up. Congratulations. You didn't hit a TP, but you stopped a loss. Congratulations. Because a stop loss is not a loss trade, it's a stop trade. You were able to stop a loss. Congratulations. So during the weariness stage, how do you move forward? By celebrating micro wins. So some of you guys that are listening to me right now, Cliff, I'm tired. Celebrate. At least you did the routine. Buy yourself a popcorn. Buy yourself a pizza. Buy yourself some KFC if that is what you want. Take yourself to the movies. And take yourself to the movies. Say, you know what? I'm going to go to the movies today because I was able to follow my routine. Some of you guys will think what I'm saying is stupid. But remember, a habit doesn't become a transformed individual unless it becomes a complete one. Reward component is part of it. So if you are at the weariness stage, start celebrating micro wins. Call your mentor. Do you know what I did today, mentor? Even though I didn't make no money, I got some wins. Now I know you are still hungry. I know that you still need money, but celebrate that micro wins. So stage number 4 is what we call weariness. This is where most people quit. It's sad, but it's true. But if you stay, you will cross into true transformation. Stage number 4 is called rewiring. Something starts shifting. You begin to feel calm in situations. Situations don't trigger you anymore. Sorry. Let me get water to drink. Situations don't feel to worry you anymore. You don't have to fight the old as much. You just need to do it. Then the last stage is called embodiment. Let me write the 4th stage. Embody. During the embodiment stage after the rewiring, now your subconscious mind has built a new self. Now it wants to help you to be able to become more better version of yourself. Are you with me? So ladies and gentlemen, look, as I said, I promised that I was going to finish under this time space. Today was just, how do I put it again? I was just trying to borrow a time within our series to do this topic. I don't know where you are right now during your transformation level, but listen to me carefully now. I want you to understand that you are becoming, even if you are in stage 2. You are becoming. Even if you are in stage 3, you will not stop. Because the law of identity is in motion. And I am becoming the trader, the person, the version of me that even God already sees. You are becoming. Look, transformation is painful because you are putting the old self away. But one thing that you need to be able to understand is that there is actually a result at the end of the tunnel. So now maybe you are almost about to quit because it feels so worrying. But I've been able to show you that whatever stage you are in right now, you can identify the stage and there is something you can do to go to the next level. I don't want to go deeper into today's lesson because there is an actual lesson that says Rewire Your Trading Mind Masterclass. That is where we'll talk about the deep things you need to do for rewiring. The purpose of this masterclass was to let somebody know that what you are feeling is perfectly normal. The excitement you felt when you started, perfectly normal. The resistance you felt, perfectly normal. The weariness you feel right now, perfectly normal, but you are almost there. Remember the beginning? ETA. Your expected time of arrival. Some of you guys right now is 4 hours. Some of you guys right now is 2 minutes, but you are almost there. So ladies and gentlemen, if you learned something today, I want it to be very fast. I don't want to take too much of the time because next week you are going to take a long time. So I wanted to just wrap up. If you guys learned something today, and if you did learn something today, I know, believe me, somebody needs to trigger somebody and tell them, go and watch that masterclass. It was exactly how you were feeling yesterday and you missed it. Are you with me? I know this because that is how we all became. There are people, there are billionaires, there are millionaires, they almost gave up. There is a very beautiful book in this industry called The Market Wizard. When you read it, you will know exactly what you are going in as a trader. Every single person you even call the big boys, they went through it. So today, if this masterclass did something for you, it has given you clarity for you to know that there is nothing wrong with how you feel. I know you wish you had the results you were looking for, but you don't have it yet. But remember what I said, that the results you are looking for, it will only come to who you are, not because you need it. It's called the law of identity. This was a very simple, masterclass I wanted to bring to you guys today before we can continue the episode 3 of the last series. The series we started is called The Psychology of Swing Trading. But remember, there is a whole lot of messages lined up on this masterclass. I hope this one, you can listen to it again and again and again, and you will find light bulb moment in this. When we now get to the rewiring your trading mind, I will give you an actual practical principles that you can focus on to do every day and the things that can protect you. But this purpose of this masterclass was to show you there is nothing abnormal with the stage we're in. Keep going. So for me to quickly recap right now for you guys to know you're on the same page. Number 1, what did I say? I said that the first stage is called awareness. You know you have to do something about this. Second stage is called resistance. The stage where everything is starting to look hard. But how do you get out of that? You need to start journaling the way you feel, the things that is causing a resistance, and so on and so forth. Weariness is a stage many people, I can tell you for sure, I feel it by discernment. It's in this stage right now. They know what they have to do, but they are doing it, but the routine is feeling dry. They are not interested in the routine, but they are doing it. During this stage, it means you are closer to rewiring yourself to become transformed. During this stage, how do you move forward? By celebrating micro wins. Even though you don't feel it, you did it. Congratulations. Even though you didn't want it to stop the loss, you did. You stopped the loss. Congratulations. Then the fourth stage is rewiring. Rewiring is how you understand. How do you know you are in this stage? I don't know if I gave you guys that. You respond differently, not react. When something happens to you, you are like, I know what this means. It's okay, we will move forward. You pause more, you reflect more, and you don't judge yourself. That is the rewiring stage. Something is shifting. Light bulb movement is happening to you. How do you move from rewiring to embodiment? You start to say things like, today I acted like the future version of me when I previously would have done this. You'll be like, oh man, back in the days, me, I would have blown the account. Something is shifting. That is your rewiring part talking. Then the embodiment part is the part where now habits no longer feel like you are forcing it. You have become. Something has happened to you. Now you trade unconsciously, full of competence. That's alignment between how you think, how you feel, and how you act. What do you do to maintain this? You protect the new identity through boundaries. That is when, if negative people come to you, you're like, please, bro, like all these negative thoughts, just take it away, please. I'm sorry. You are not speaking like that because you are rude, but because you have become. And negative conversations is not interesting to you anymore. You don't even watch things anymore that you used to watch anymore because you have become. You continue mentorship. That is when, even though you are now you are getting financial freedom, but yet you still want mentorship because you know that environment is important. You reflect monthly. You do a retreat. You understand that you have to put systems in place to protect who you have become. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the 5 stages of transformation. I hope this will show you where you are and where you are going. This should be able to give you your ETA, your expected time of arrival. I promised myself that I was going to finish this under 1 hour today, and I've done that. So we are here. Thank you so much. If this lesson has blessed you, please share with somebody for them to also learn something today from this masterclass. Maybe somebody is about to quit. Somebody is weary and they're about to quit. Tell them, don't quit. Don't be weary. I know where you are. The way you are talking, you are in stage 2. The way you are talking, you are in stage 3. Sooner or later, if you don't quit, you will get to embodiment. Thank you so much for joining this masterclass. God bless you so much and have an amazing day. Next week, God willing, we will continue the You Behind the Strategy series and finish it off before we go to a new series once again. Thank you and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading is a mind game.